Welcome to the Best Damn Podcast. I am your host, John Keene. As always, I would like to thank you guys for joining me. Ask that you please add, follow, check us out, www.thebestdampodcast.tv. Follow me, Instagram, at Best Damn Podcast, Twitter, at The Real Best Damn, and wherever you're watching from, please make sure to hit that like, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and share this link. Share it far and wide. Get it out there. That way, new people can find us. New people can see us. And keep in mind, guys, we are completely viewer-powered. That means we're fully funded and supported by you, the listener, and the viewer. So if you'd like to donate and support to the channel, you can do so with the links in the description box below. PayPal, Venmo, Patreon, Cash App, or Facebook Messenger Pay. And to everybody that does donate, big ups, big thanks to you guys. And everyone who joins the Best Damn Fam, $35 a month. You can do that by Patreon, YouTube channel membership, Facebook fan subscription, or just using PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. You will get access to our private and uncensored playlist, as well as our private shows on Discord that we do weekly, and many, many more stuff. And if you'd like to book a tarot reading as well, the numbers are in the description box below, 513-393-2396, or email therealbestdampodcast@gmail.com. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. Tonight we've got a pretty interesting show. We've got quite a bit of things that are going on, man. It looks like, there is a shift. There is a shift. I can say that at least. I think everybody right now is really coming in to awareness all across the planet. What type of awareness? I guess that's the question, right? I guess that's the question. We have lots of geomagnetic energy and solar flares and storms and asteroids and celestial bodies in the heavens that are causing all types of cosmic conflict. We see that reverberating down here on the surface geopolitically as things continue to intensify between China, Russia, the United States. I mean, you name it, right? Disruptions in supply chain. It's like a never-ending cycle, but what goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up. This is the rules of karma, basically. And we're seeing right now that karma is being dealt on a massive scale. A lot of people are diving deeper into the depths of consciousness, going towards a extremely dark polarity, and maybe that's the reason for all these manifestations of viruses and illnesses and all of that. And some people could say, well, that's just propaganda, and none of it's truly legit. These are scare tactics that they use to try to keep us froze, nodding and dozing. That way we're unaware of what's truly taking place. That way we're staying in the house and we're not engaging in real life and real fun, and not finding excitement and passion and things that thrill us and excite us and keep us alive, right? The human element. Some people could say that that's the reason that these things are happening. Some could say that every time that these cycles end, that this is a result. That when consciousness and awareness is amplified, it's put under the microscope, so to speak, as the flux in the geomagnetic field kind of makes that veil almost nothing, right? To where it's really gone now. It's starting to disappear, and we're seeing everyone for their true colors, their true face. We're seeing the world for its trueness or falseness, actually, how false it actually is, seeing through the matrix, And when you get that, you're always going to see people for who they are or what they are. So some of us are vibrating higher and higher each and every day. We're getting more and more psychic gifts. I mean, people are coming into some amazing things. And we're seeing that we have abilities beyond anything that, I think many people would even believe was imaginable just a decade ago. To be able to communicate telepathically, to have these kind of psychic connections and to understand it on a familial level to where we're all connected that way and to be aware of it. I think it's really awesome, you know? But you're always going to have people that want to capitalize, want to take advantage of others, right? That's the nature of our reality. This is a carnivorous reality. The way that the energy cycles is one thing is always devouring another, right? We see this by the way that we consume food, you know, whether we're eating animals, plants, insects. You know, the plants, they feed off of photosynthesis from sunlight, insects feed off of plants, and so on and so forth. And why do we not think that this happens in the spiritual realm? I don't know. You know, I don't know. But there is a vampiric, archonic connotation to things that are happening right now. So one thing I would like to suggest to everybody that's watching this is really be conscious of your energy, who you share your energy with, who you allow to engage in your energy. You know, this is a time where it's incredibly important for all of us to kind of tap in and tune in to ourselves and really have that introspection of who we are in all of this. What's our purpose? What's our mission? Who's our spiritual family? Where do we belong? Where do we fit in? Do we fit in? And do we have to fit in? I think it's always good to look into the mirror. And when you realize your entire reality is in fact a mirror, it's an empowering thing. At first it's terrible and it's frightful, right? To see that, you know, we live in this black mirror. To where all of our darkness, all of our ugly, all of our fear is reflected back to us. All of everyone else's is reflected back as well. But then once you begin to cut through the fear, cut through the darkness, and really tap in and start to shine a light on that and illuminate it, it becomes empowering. Because you start to understand that you are in control, that you are a king of your own castle, that the only thing that keeps you bound in this reality is the illusion of fear. It's the fact that you believe that anything can bind you to start with. We were born into captivity, we were born into bondage, we were born into slavery, but that's changing now. With awareness and knowledge comes power. With power and authority comes responsibility, accountability. And with responsibility and accountability comes freedom. You know, I hope that everybody that catches this will truly choose freedom. And I hope that those who choose to share their experience, their reality with me, as I choose to share mine with you, that you choose a reality that serves you best and that serves all of us best. One that provides us with freedom, one that provides us with the things that we truly desire, one that creates fun and excitement and passion and experience infinitely, one that brings a joy, abundance, and prosperity that never runs out and never runs dry. Because we do have that power, we have that capability, it lies within each and every one of us. But as conscious creators, as co-creators, we have to choose who we share that experience with. We have to choose. We have to decide, you know, which road we want to take. How we want to twist fate on our way to destiny. So if we are in alignment and we are pushing towards something beautiful, something grand, we can have that together. You know, I'm just asking that all those that are seeking the same thing as me to stay focused, to keep your eyes on the prize, to realize what the real goal is in all of this, and it is freedom. It is prosperity. It is happiness. It is love. It is enlightenment, illumination. No more slavery. No more bondage. No more fear. No more distortion. No more doubt. No more disillusionment, depression. These should all be words in a vocabulary of a time long forgotten. It's time that we empower ourselves. And empowerment starts with awareness. With awareness. So remember, for lack of knowledge, surely my people will perish. So let's get some knowledge tonight. Let's get some experience tonight. Let me say thanks to you guys. It's in the chat, JW. I can't really see my chat right now. Make sure to hit that like. Let me pull up this chat box. Looks like Cleric Soul, Truth. I don't know why I need to expand this motherfucker. There we go. Cleric Knight. Truth Behind. Tim Hamby, JW. Paulo W. Thank you, man. I appreciate all of you guys. Seriously. I mean, I can't tell you how much and how grateful I am for our family here, because we know that this is a community of enlightened minds, enlightened beings, and we aren't into the slavery no more. You know, I see Damo in the house. What's up, brother? We aren't into the slavery no more. We're not into the bondage no more. I mean, hey, and if you're into bondage because it's one of your kinks, then by all means, get down with your bad self. But we're not talking about spiritual bondage. We do shit because we want to. We do shit because we can. Not because we have to. That's freedom. We do it for the experience, for the thrill, for the ride. That's truly living. Staying in captivity and fear of death, of what tomorrow may bring. Settling for stability and mediocrity. That's not living, man. Not living at all. Chanel Brown in the house. What's up, brother? Nice to see all of you guys. I love all of you so much. Seriously. Make sure to hit that like. And I will be saying that I don't know when I'm going to do the next private show. Probably tomorrow. We're going to do a Discord show, and it'll be private. So make sure to donate and support in the month of August. We still got a little ways to go for the monthly goal. Everybody that supports, I do love you guys and believe you. Alien Believer in the house. Thank you so much. Let's get to the news. Let's see what's going on out there. You know, let's see which psyop is being ran today. A huge solar flare hurled out by the sun at over 1 million miles per hour set to spark geomagnetic storm. And see, this is what I mean. It's almost like, and people get pissed at me. They're like, why are you always talking that, you know, that Luciferian shit, John, that Illuminati shit, John? You know, it's like they think I'm evil now because I don't want to push propaganda down their necks anymore. Because I don't want to push fear down their necks anymore. It's like, you know, it's like we have to be able to fucking adapt. Like, times have changed. Like, if you can't see that the cycle has ended and we're stepping into something new, bigger, and it vibrates higher, and it expands way farther and wider than anything we ever knew before, then you're not with the shits, man. You just don't know yet. And one day you will. One day we all will. We'll all have that experience. We'll all see with new eyes. But until we do, some of us have to pave the way for the rest. And that's what this community is. Everybody in this motherfucking chat right now, they are beating down the fucking path for people to come. That's what you call pillars. Right? Pillars of the new world. Pillars of the new age. Remember, the Aquarian age is not just about technology and the technocracy and all of that shit, you know, that we see panning out through the transhumanist agenda right now, right? It's not just about that. It's also about the reorganization of the fucking social structure. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Hive mind isn't just for AI. It can be utilized by conscious beings that understand that we have that gift anyways. We have that ability anyways. We have one soul infinitely resurrecting in spirit that resides in all of us and connects all of us like a string. It ties all of us together. It's only those who are aware of the thread that are able to pull on it, though. So you can be drugged by the fucking thread and get drug along behind our asses as we pave the way to the future. Or you can do the pulling. It's up to you. You know? And I can tell you this, dogma, indoctrination, the religious systems, all these belief systems are only going to keep your mind captive, are only going to keep you inside the box. See, astrologically, we're transcending the whole Saturn matrix now. We're stepping out of the box. We're going into the Neptune and Uranus type of energy, the energy of dreams. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? We're not just walking on water no more. We're fucking carrying it in the pail. We're carrying the water with us wherever we're going. We're walking on air now. We're using the air. Now we are becoming air benders now. How beautiful and amazing is that? How magical is that? And it sounds like some whimsical, nonsensical bullshit to some, but I promise you, those who know, they know. Those who are aware, they know it's not bullshit. They know it's real. They know it's true. They know it's happening right now as we speak. And there are people communicating in this way right now as we speak. And we got fuck boys and fuck girls that want to try to, get in on that and create ripples and waves and fuck it up for the rest of us. But we're moving beyond that too. That's just people that are just now jumping in the pond, just now jumping in the baby pool. They're wading their way in, right? They're wading their way in, so they're playing around still. They don't get it yet. They don't understand it's about manifestation. It's about attraction. It's about co-creation, coexisting with your brothers and sisters in the spiritual realm, using the mirror to our advantage and creating a reality that is heaven or hell, depending on you. But those who want the heaven experience create the heaven experience together. That is the new heaven, the new earth, the new age, the new world. New, 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 new. Which new, 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 new means no more of the old. No more of the old ways of thinking. No more of the old paradigms. No more of the old systems of enslavement. No more of the old indoctrinations. No more of the old dogmas, stigmas, things that are used to separate and divide. No more of the conquer and divide mentality that causes us to turn against each other like fucking animals. It's like people don't want me to say these things because they get offended by it. It's like, if you're offended by it, it's because you're fucking doing it, man. You're doing it. Quit trying to prey on your own people. There's plenty of people out there to prey on. If you guys want prey, trust me, you're apex predators if you're in the conscious world. There's plenty of people to prey on. Quit trying to prey on your own fucking people, though. It's weak. It's little. It's small. And it's not how a king behaves. It's not how royalty behaves. It's how entitled little fucking brats behave. And that's just the truth. Like, are you stepping into your power or not? Is my question to you. Are you stepping into who you truly are or not? If not, get the fuck out the way. And let the ones who are stepping into their shit pave the way. And and eat our fucking dust. Eat our wake on our way through. What's up, homie? What's up, James Dunn? Nice to see you, man. Amen. Sorry for the cussing, but I mean, I'm passionate, and I'm seeing a lot of shit, guys. Like, for real. And I know because I see you guys out on the astro, like I do. Yeah, bro. I know, James. You already have. That's what's up. And James is cool as fuck. I see him all over the place. I see a lot of you guys out on the astro, and I see you guys in the conscious realms, and we connect in a lot of different ways out there, man. And most of you, 99.99999% of you, are beautiful, badass motherfucking spiritual warriors that are straight knocking shit down, and you ain't taking names, you ain't taking prisoners, you're just mowing shit over on your way to glory, on your way to greatness. But there's a small, small fragment, like always, right? That literally, they're trying to bring that old, small-minded mentality into the future with us. It's like, what the fuck? Would you want to bring the enslavement with us? What is wrong with you? We don't have to be parasites anymore. We are infinite creators and manifestors. What the fuck would we be parasites at all for? Why would we even create a paradigm like that? Why would we create any restrictions whatsoever for each other or ourselves? Please tell me that. Someone answer that fucking question for me. And I'm sorry if you've been had. I'm sorry if you've been burned. I'm sorry if you've been duped. I'm sorry if you've been got. We've all been got. We've all been had. We've all been burned. We've all been duped. Okay? But it doesn't mean we carry that emotional trauma, that emotional baggage with us on our way into the future. Like, are you illuminated and enlightened or not? Is that what you want or not? Because you got to drop the ego. You got to drop the grudges. You got to drop the drama. You got to drop the bullshit. That's how you step into power, man. That's how you heal. And you ain't just healing for you. You're healing for the world, man. You're healing for all of your family, your spiritual family. It's not just about you anymore. No matter who you are that's listening. And we can all get it how we live, too. We don't have to take from nobody. We don't have to try to steal someone else's thunder, steal someone else's glory. We don't have to ride nobody's fucking coattails. We can make it on our own now. Every last one of us. We understand how money is made now. We understand how happiness is made now. We understand how love is made now. And we see the currents. We see the code of the matrix now. We can manipulate it and spin it and flip it and twist it any fucking way we desire. So why are we doing little shit? Why are we doing old paradox, old paradigm shit? Some cool running shit. I'm just saying. I hate to get on the soapbox. Actually, I don't. I feel like I needed to get on the soapbox probably a long fucking time ago. But, it's like, all right, man. You know what? When are the others going to start catching on? It really is about... 75% burned, but 100 seriously. Yeah. No, and we've all been smoked along the way. We've all had that ass smoked a few good times, at least, even in the new paradigm, maybe more so in the new paradigm because you're more vulnerable. You're wide the fuck open in consciousness, in spirit, in the spirit realm, in the astral. You're wide open, man. People can really do damage there. But that's all the more reason to be cautious. With how you treat others and how you treat their energy. To be careful with others' energy and to be respectful of others' energy. Because no matter what you believe, you will always receive what you give. That's just going, that's the rule of the game. It's karma. You live in a mirror. So it's going to bounce back at your ass at some point. No matter how many deflectors and shields you create and buffers you create, they will eventually, that wave will eventually ripple its way back to your ass. And I'm glad it does. I'm glad it does. Even the waves that come back to me, guys, I've created some gnarly fucking waves. I've been surfing like a motherfucker for the last year from the terrible waves I've created. And I'm glad. I'm glad they've come back to me. They've humbled my ass. They've shown me when you take advantage of somebody or when you treat somebody like shit, when you do dirt, you get dirt back. So I'm fucking thankful. I'm grateful for the lessons. Grateful for the people that participated in said lessons. And I'm grateful for the experience. Absolutely. And James Dunn says, and I've been wrong in the past, but a wise man accepts correction. And I have when I was wrong. Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's my point. Like, you know, and it's not on me to correct anyone and become their judge. As I do see some people do that. They try to take that role on. No. That's none of our individual roles. And that's not what James is saying either. I don't think that. But collectively, we will all participate in those roles, right? By the roles we play in each other's lives, one way, shape, form, or facet. So let's be careful with the roles we do choose to play. Let's be careful with how we engage and interact with each other. And, you know, let's try to make sure that all of us get there. You know, we don't have to do no more of the king of the ashes type shit, right? That old world's gone. You can have your whole universe by yourself if you want. You don't have to go trample on nobody else's to get it. It's all inside of you, bro. Love yourself, and then you will love others. And I promise you, that's legit. Huge solar flare hurled out by the sun at over 1 million miles per hour, set to spark scary geomagnetic storm. A huge solar flare has erupted on the surface of the sun. It will likely spark a geomagnetic storm on Earth, which can destroy communications and infra. The sun is getting more and more active day by day as it reaches the peak of its 11-year solar cycle, while unleashing more volatile solar flares and CMEs. Recently, space agencies warned that a strong solar flare is headed towards the Earth after a violent disturbance on the surface of the sun was noticed. Yesterday, the sun hurled a plume of dark plasma into a space following a dramatic explosion in sunspot AR3076. SpaceWeather.com reported. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory recorded the blast of the solar flare, which began on August the 14th around 11:30 Universal Time. This is now hurtling towards the Earth at terrifying speed. And I shit you not, y'all. Like, this is how connected our reality is. Share the love. Yeah, dude, absolutely. It's all about love. Yeah, and it is about DNA upgrades. You can't get the upgrades if you're not at the level to receive those said upgrades. You know what I mean? You got to be in that space. You got to be, and it's about that state of mind. Like, whenever we're trying to attract and manifest and all of that, we have to have the mind frame in that space first, right? To where we're sending out the thought patterns and sending out the signal to the universe that we're ready to receive that, right? So that's how we get those upgrades. It's by getting there mentally first, getting our thoughts, our emotions, our feels in order. That way we can receive all that you know, is meant for us. And we can upgrade and we can evolve. But I do want to say this, as part of an evolution, just saying, I've noticed that solar weather is affecting my day-to-day life. How many of you have noticed that out there, right? How many of you have noticed, and this is just for those of you that pay attention, okay? And some people can say that space is fake and blah, blah, blah. That's up to you, man. I'm not going to argue. But when we have these CMEs, these coronal mass ejections, these solar flares, I shit you not, I notice the conscious reverberation a day or so later. I'll see a shitstorm. It may not even be in my life. It may not even, yeah, for sure, it's weird. I know, Damo, for sure, it's weird. Yeah, like, it may not even be in my life. It may, but I'll see it reflected in others, especially in people that are unaware of these things, that aren't conscious of a lot of shit, that aren't aware of a lot of shit. I'll see them try to start shit or try to start chaos, depending on where they're polarized towards, okay? So, like, let's just hypothetically say we got a motherfucker that's polarized towards positivity, right? I'll notice that I get a big burst of love, right? It doesn't matter how it comes. It could come as sexual energy and passion. You know, it could come as fun. It can even come as money, you know, like, but it's there. Like, I'll see it polarized positively in my life, and it'll come through other people or myself. You know, I'll be in an exceptionally good mood, or somebody will give a nice donation or whatever, right? but positive shit will happen because of this solar flare, this burst. It's like, wow. But I'll see it on the other end too. I'll see it polarized towards the negative side. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like you can see where people are at because they'll throw like a temper tantrum or a shitstorm or a spiritual attack. And it's like, damn, how crazy is that to see that it correlates directly with how the sun is behaving. You usually feel things in your body. Ralph Russell said very much. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, and that's why our group is pretty awesome, you know. And it brings changes to all. It does. The magnetic field is the veil, in my opinion, and these coronal mass ejections, these solar flares create intense flux in the magnetic field and allow the cosmic rays and energies into our world. And those cosmic rays and energies, to me, are positively and negatively charged ions, or like a binary code. They're cosmic information, and our DNA reads said code and is upgraded depending on where we're polarized towards, right? If we're at a lower state, we're going to receive it in a negative way. If we're at a high place, we're going to receive it positively. High-pitched frequencies ringing in ears. Well, I think that's also a result of, you know, just the change in frequency. And then you see, too, it doesn't just affect the way we feel. Then we see it in the Schumann resonance, too. You see big fucking blasts and spikes in the Schumann resonance because that is the human resonance. That's our conscious connection to the earth. So we'll see those big blowouts, those big spikes. It's because we're getting big blasts, big downloads of cosmic information from the sun. The sun, to me, is the reality creator. It literally is it spews life on us, all over us, right? And the moon filters that life at night, right, into a dark light. Space weather further reported traveling faster than 600 kilometers a second, or 1.3 million miles per hour. The plume tore through the sun's outer atmosphere, creating a coronal mass ejection, or CME. Newly updated images from the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory confirm that the CME has an Earth-directed component. NASA says that the outer solar atmosphere, the corona, is structured by strong magnetic fields. Where these fields are closed, often above sunspot groups, and see sunspot groups, how many people wonder if sunspot groups could be a reflection of conscious groups here on Earth? Collectives here on Earth, right? What if it's kind of like Carl Jung says, like everything is a reflection of a reflection of a reflection of our consciousness, of our thoughts, right? Of our spirit. Even the stars themselves, right? Tell them the story of our conscious experience. So what if these sunspots, these dark spots, right, are bursts of darkness or bursts of light, dark energy, light energy being expressed with us in our individual selves and in groups? You know, I'm just saying. These are some new things I'm kicking around. You've been changing physically without much effort lately. Me too. It's like I'm becoming a fucking werewolf. The way I'm healing, the way I'm able to get myself into alignment, my energy, my chakras into alignment. I don't want to get like super graphic, or let's just put it this way, like my endurance and stamina and just strength and things like that have been intensified and increased exponentially over the last year or so. You know, in all areas of life, it's just fucking wild. And it's like when my energy's out of alignment, I can tell now because I feel fatigue, or because I feel drained, or because, you know, I'll have depression, or, you know, I'll know that my energy is out of alignment when those things happen. Instead of in the past, you know, I would be like, oh, you know, I'm a fuck up, or, you know, people suck, or, you know, be all down on myself because I felt bad. You know, now it's like I see it now. It's like, whoa, it's just the energy's out of tune. I'm out of tune. I'm out of sync with the universe, with everyone else. Like I need to get back in tune, back in sync. You're an empath? Yeah, man, I do. I am an empath, and I believe so are you guys. I do. I feel the energy of the chat. when I do shows, I feel the energy of the planet, man. And I think a lot of us are coming into that because I believe it's an inherent gift that we all have. Not just are we able to telepathically communicate and subconsciously communicate, but we can have that empathic connection with all plants, animals, and energies within creation itself. We are connected to the sun, the moon, and the stars. We are connected to all of the elements. We are connected to this entire experience because it is our experience. We're actually creating said experience. Our third eye is producing our individual experience. And on a collective level, the sun, I believe, is creating the collective experience. Yeah. Hey, yeah, we got some spiritual cats in the house tonight, for sure, for sure. And see, and look, too, this is going to show you. This is going to show you. Scientists just broke the world record for the most powerful, stable magnetic field. You don't think that mainstream science, that the world powers already know about these energies? Already know about these gifts, about these abilities? They just broke the world record for the most powerful and stable magnetic field. Why are they trying to create magnetic fields, man? Why are they trying to understand the way that magnetics work? Right? Why are they so interested in these things? Why are they so interested in quantum and neural networks and all of that? Dimensional realities and string theories. Because it's the building blocks of our creation. They've been calling us pseudoscience for forever now. We're conspiracy theorists because we talk about this shit, but this is where they put the money. This is where the real studies go. Because this is where the real power, this is where the real energy, this is where the real currency, currents of energy, of creation is electromagnetics, right? A hybrid magnet in China, and it's a hybrid, right? Just like you, just like me, in China, has smashed the previous record for the most powerful, stable magnetic field, scientists claim. As the Chinese Academy of Sciences Steady High Magnetic Field Facility, a magnet years in development achieved a steady magnetic field of 45.22 Tesla. And 4 plus 5 is 9. 2 and 2 is 4. That's 13. Imagine that. Tens of thousands of times more powerful than your average souvenir fridge magnet. This breaks the record for steady magnetic field of 45 Tesla, held by the National High Magnetic Field Laboratory in the U.S. since 1999. The breakthrough sets new limits on conditions commonly used to study various physical phenomena, offering new opportunities in research and innovation. So, I mean, look, we're harnessing the energy of creation itself now, right? And you understand too, like once you start fucking with your aura and magnetics and shit and consciousness, you'll start to see like, yo, I can be invincible if I can master my magnetic field. I can be invincible if I understand how to wield the power of my own magnetics. I can be infinite. I can be godlike because I'm made in the image of God. I am a son of God, right? I am a fractal, a fragment of God, a piece of God. I can be godlike if I understand how to control my thoughts. If I understand the flow of my emotions. If I understand the dynamics of my nervous system, the synapses of my brain. If I understand these things about myself and others, how the subconscious works, how astrologically the celestial alignments affect said consciousness, how our star and its energetics and our magnetic field affect said consciousness. If I understand these things, these principles, these sciences, these sacred sciences, if you will, if I understand these principles, then I can master myself and my entire reality. And if I can master myself and my entire reality, then I can have, or I can be, anything that I can dream of. And there's no limitation to anything. No limitation on pleasure. I can have as much as I want, and I don't have to feel guilty about it and not harm a soul in the process. I can have as much happiness as I desire, and it'll flood through so much, it's going to pour on anybody I come across. I can have power flow through me like a fucking battery, right? And draw people to me like a magnet if I understand the components of our world, if I understand the dynamics of our being. That's why we study esoterics. That's why we study the occult. That's why we study spirituality. That's why we study all that metaphysics. That's why we study science. That's why we study all these things on this channel, because it's unlocking something in you. And we do this on our own, individually as well. But when we do it as a group, when we do it together, we do it as a cohesive family unit, there's real power, real amplification, because we're all tuning in and we're channeling it. That's why it's called a YouTube channel. We're channeling it, channeling those energies, harnessing those energies into something way bigger, way stronger. And see, and this is your manifestation on the negative end. Trump warns terrible things are going to happen as he's blamed for anti-FBI violence. See? There you go. Told you, it'll manifest on both polarities. There is tremendous anger in the country at a level that has never been seen before, other than during very perilous times, former president says. Donald Trump has warned that terrible things are going to happen as he faces the blame for violence and threats directed at FBI agents. The country is in a very dangerous position. There is tremendous anger, like I've never seen before, over all of the scams. And this new one, years of scams and witch hunts, and now this. The former president told the outlet that he will do whatever he can to help the country, adding that the temperature has to be brought down. And think about that. Is that not also manifesting in our realm? Right? In the conscious community? The scams, the spiritual scams that are being rolled out on us day by day by our underdeveloped brothers and sisters, right? Creating instability amongst us, amongst our spiritual families, right? People still using tactics of fear to threaten one another and bully each other around, especially cyberbullying. It's fucking insane how bad it's gotten. People have been trying to do it to me for years, and they haven't given up. They've only gotten more creative. Understand the box. What is the cube? The tetragrammaton. Absolutely. They do pray around it. No, and they can't deceive the elect. They can't deceive the elect. And that's the thing. If it were possible, they would. But it's not possible because we broke the paradigm of what they consider possibility. Here we go. Asteroid 2.323 times the size of dinosaur heading for Earth. NASA. Asteroid 2022 PW may be small, but it will fly dangerously close to the Earth, relatively close to the moon's distance to the planet, which is a lunar distance. An asteroid almost 2.5 times the size of a dinosaur, bring up the chat, is set to have a close flyby with the Earth on Tuesday, according to NASA's asteroid tracker. Which asteroid is coming towards the Earth? Well, the asteroid in question has been designated 2022 PW and is currently heading in our direction. The asteroid in question will pass on August 16, 2022, as noted by the Center for Near-Earth Object Studies at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, specifically at the speed of 7.47 kilometers per second, which equates to 26,892 kilometers per hour. It is roughly equal to nearly 22 times the speed of sound. And seeing this is showing you that it takes place on a way larger scale than just within ourselves or just within our our state, our area, ecosystem, geographic location, or even within our planet. It's celestial. This is happening throughout the entire heavens, you know. And you're going to get trash. You're going to get debris. Shit's going to be busted apart as paradigms and realities are shaken and changed. Everything that can be shaken will be shaken. Bowen 737 asteroid that passes close to Earth as the moon, and this is the same one. It's 1.4 lunar distances. So it's about 1.5 times the distance from the moon to the Earth. I mean, this thing isn't, fucking huge. They never put, but notice the wording too. It's the size of a dinosaur, right? It's the size of a dinosaur. Do you know what a dinosaur is to me? A dinosaur to me is someone that's in that old paradigm. That's a dinosaur to me. Someone that still lives in the old karmic cycle, the old consciousness. That's a dinosaur to me. Right? An asteroid the size of a dinosaur. It's very, very symbolic when you think about it. I mean, honestly, really deeply think about it and understand how the media, especially through gematria and numerology and neuro-linguistic programming and all of that, and word magic, right? Understand how all of it's used to influence the collective. And then think about the symbology of that word, though, the wording. Asteroid the size of a dinosaur coming up, within the distance of us and the moon, too, of all things, right? The moon, which is kind of what's hidden, right? The moon represents what's hidden, what's occulted, what's not clear. It's in the darkness, right? It's at night, It's what's dark, what's unseen is in the moon. It's coming at the distance of the moon. It's the size of a dinosaur. A dinosaur is an extinct animal, a reptilian extinct animal at that. A lizard that's extinct. A serpent, a snake that's extinct, that didn't evolve, that didn't integrate. And it's the size of that passing within that distance of the hidden, the deep. Like a being that couldn't make the cut. Right? And that we have to be aware. We have to be able to read the signs now and pay attention to the conscious symbolism of things now and understand what that actually means for us. Not just the way that the sun is moving and giving off energy, but these heavenly bodies too, their names, the way they're being referred to, their distances, these all have meaning to it if you can see, if you have the eyes to see and ears to hear. It's like saying, hey, these old dinosaurs, they're coming within. They can't see. They're in that hidden energy still, and they're coming close to the earth. They're coming close to land, which is you, which is us. We are the earth. Beware, because there's that energy, that dark energy. Shine a light on it. Shine a light on it. Illuminate it. Look dead on it, man. Focus your eye on that shit and don't take it off. And understand that, sometimes, we just got to get out of the way of a lot of these people and a lot of these things that are blowing past right now. Sometimes that's what you got to do. When the debris and the trash and all that's coming in, that's when you go inward. That's when introspection is the key. That's when it's time to put up that perfected field of yours, like science is creating, that stable field of yours, right? And protect yourself. The black moon. You read my mind? Dude, I'm telling you, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and people think I've lost my shit. That's the craziest part. People are like, dude, John's lost his shit. He's done fell off. He's not like he used to be. It's like, yeah, who would want to be? Who would want to be stuck like what they used to be? Like who's not growing, evolving? Hear the loud boom that officials believe was a meteor hitting atmosphere. And remember, in my opinion, meteors are metals and minerals created from the cosmic cycles from crustal displacement, that release of gas and energy and all of that gets trapped in the top of the ionosphere, turns into plasma, and as it falls back to the earth, it goes back to its mineral or base metal, right, and becomes meteors, right? High altitude meteor that blew up when it hit the atmosphere is likely the best theory for a loud boom heard across portions of northern Utah and southern Idaho, said Utah Governor Spencer Cox. And I did a little video on this the other day, so I'm not even going to get all into this, but I just wanted to show it because, we also had, what was the name of it? Swift Tuttle, right? That just went by and was giving off, 100 fireballs an hour. So, hey. The asteroid particles may be our most pristine sample of the outer solar system. And once again, look, they're doing asteroid mining. You can die to do this, but you can never really die. True. Well, you live to die, right? And a lot of us are dying to live, So, like, death is an illusion. In all honesty, we're trapped in the illusion of death right now, and to me, death is the result of choosing not to live. I don't know if we have to die, guys. I don't believe so. I believe we can shift our consciousness, our frequency past the point of death. I genuinely believe that. I don't feel restricted by anything. But see, once again, the asteroid stuff, right? The outer solar system, so the exoteric, the outer understanding, right? Outer psyche may be our most pristine sample, right? Pristine. And they got all this asteroid mining and shit like that, right? This is like debris. This is trash. This is dust. This is rock. Living rock. Just saying, man. There is definitely a connection. Dark plasma eruption from the sun head towards the earth. And this is like a new thing, dude. Beetlejuice, right? It was the other day. I used it as a thumbnail with its dark mass ejection, right? It was dark energy that was massively ejected from Beetlejuice. Now we have this happening here. See, a dark plasma erupted from the sun on Sunday, and it's dark plasma, right? That's key. That's negatively charged ions. That's distorted energy. And it's predicted to make contact with Earth on Wednesday, giving rise to the possibility of a minor geomagnetic storm. And I want to tell you what this means in spiritual terms, okay? Because this has been something I've been really getting into later. Man, brother, don't think like that. Please don't think like that. Let's not do that. Don't even use that word, suicide. Come on, brother. I don't want to hear none of that, man. Never that. Never that. Life's way too beautiful to just relinquish it for no reason whatsoever. Please, brother, if you need somebody to talk to me. I got your back. Talk to somebody in the family, please. Okay? Let's not do that. I've already had viewers do that in the past, so please. All right? And I mean that. That's on a really serious note. That's never, ever, ever the answer. And there you go, right? Shifting our thoughts, our emotions, right? Dark plasma. I was talking about how during minimums and maximums of the sun, there is different types of energy that is exchanged or ejected, plasma energy that's ejected during these mass ejections during different solar cycles. And it affects our reality differently, and more energies are more conducive to parasitic entities or parasitic frequency or vibration, right? Negativity, negative energy, right? And with dark plasma, I think those of you that do experience spiritual attacks, like obviously anybody that's thinking about taking their own life is under spiritual attack and oppression, flat out, which I just want to state that we return to sender all negative spiritual attacks and oppression, and we release anybody that's been bound by any negativity or oppression spiritually in this chat, in this family, in this group. We do it through the dominion and the power of Christ, right? And we rebuke those spirits, okay? And we send healing and love and positivity out to everybody that needs it, man. You especially, Damo. But dark plasma would be the energy that's conducive to said spiritual attacks. So, um, Tuesday, the asteroid. Wednesday, we got the geomagnetic storm hitting, right? So I would say that if you have been under spiritual oppression or you've been depressed or anything like that, Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, because sometimes the energy lingers a little bit, make sure to do like cleansing or something, sage your home or meditate, pray, read a positive book, positive affirmations, right? Remember the new moon, we're supposed to start our new moon ritual where every day we wake up and we say like 10 positive affirmations in the mirror. That's why I want to start doing these things with you guys, and I want you guys to do it too, because I want to see you guys go where I'm going and experience what I'm experiencing. Like, I want to share the experience with you because it's fucking awesome. I'm telling you, I'm like Superman over here. It's crazy. Like, and I know a lot of you guys are too. So I want us to grow together. But not just the positive affirmations, right? This is a time of manifestation, so we got to be very, very clear and careful and concise on what we're thinking, right? Clear out all the trash thinking, all the negative thinking, all the lack thinking, and start trying to manifest some positive things. And when we become that beacon of light, that beacon of energy, we become a magnet for those things. When we're sitting in lack and debt, destitute, we become a magnet for those things. So you're choosing what you're attracting in your life by the way you are spiritually maintaining yourself. It may sound stupid to write in a journal. It may sound stupid to script. It may sound stupid to do positive affirmations. It may sound stupid to do shadow work to some of you, but I'm telling you, it's well worth it, because you will become a motherfucking magician like nobody has ever seen before. And I'm not talking about casting spells on people. I'm talking about controlling the whole fucking reality. A spell will be a waste of your time. You'll be like, what? A spell? Yeah, who does that? That's so medieval, I shape the entire realm. I don't cast spells. I use my mind to bend the entire realm, So the eruption of material known as the CME is a cloud of charged solar gas and magnetic fields. It was launched toward Earth on the 14th from a region of the sun known as AR 3076, right? And thank you, John. Oh, well, thank you. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate anybody that that donates, honestly. Like, I really do. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Seriously. Guys, it's been rough times lately on the monetary end. And that's not just me. That's all of you. You guys know that. And that's because we're all trying to understand how currency works, I think, in the new reality, in the new paradigm. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not on that, Man, hey, thank you. Thank you for that, Charlie. Thank you so much. And I hope you do too. Like, I'm trying to stay positive as fuck. Like, I want to continue to do what I'm doing here, but I have to find a way to adapt. Yes, so true. Don't let this world's problems become yours. Go fishing or do something on your bucket list. No fucking doubt, man. Like, I don't care if you got to buy a prostitute. Whatever makes you happy. Do it, man. Do it, because life's way too fucking short to be, bullshitting around with the negativity and wasting your life on being sad and down and sitting in lack. And I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I feel like a lot of the reason that people are having financial trouble right now is because we're trying to, I know this is for me, so I can speak for me. We're trying to understand the way currency works at a different level, if that makes sense. We're trying to understand how it works in the conscious spiritual realm and how we can actually manifest it differently. And we're being forced to. Okay? That's why all this is happening, because it's like, if you don't understand it, then you're going to be broke. Right? So you're being forced to. It's like, and that's what happened to me. Is like, I had an old way of doing things. Well, guess what? The old way don't work anymore. So it's like I'm having to adapt now and get super creative and ingenuitive and all of that, and try to figure out, like, how does it work in this paradigm? How does it work consciously, spiritually? How can I pull the currency that I need? And I only try to take what I need. I don't try to take more than that. I'm not greedy. But how can I pull what I need to me to do the things that I want to do in my life? And what type of mode, what type of energy do I need to be in to pull that money to me, to pull that current to me, right? What current flow within me energetically will attract that current, right? And I think a lot of us are trying to figure that out. And it's not just on money either in that type of current. Other currents as well, love, right? A lot of us have spent our whole lives trying to figure out that fucking current, have we not? This is what walking on water is, man. And this is why the Aquarian age, he's carrying the pail of water. Because he's figured it out. He's not just walking on the shit anymore. He's got a bucket full of it, and he's taking it with him into the air, as he's flying. So it's really, really different. And we're being forced to, and it's not a bad thing that we're being forced at all. Like, this is how we adapt. This is how we evolve. This is how we grow. And we should do it together, and we should share it together. What we know. People can say I'm a witch, a warlock. I don't care what they think about me. I don't give a fuck. I see where the world is going, and I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to be locked in the old reality. That wasn't a great reality for me. I had happiness and good times in it, yes. Beautiful moments in it, yes. I adored it at times, but I also hated it at times. And it was hard, and I struggled a lot. And I worked my fucking ass off in that old paradigm. So it's like, I want to understand now how I can put myself in the currency or current of energy to attract the things I want to attract. Whether it be love, whether it's fun, travel, money, whether it's friends. Like, these are the things that we can all start to grow into and really evolve into. And this is the direction I want to shift into. This is where I want to take things and start exploring and pulling apart the build of the matrix and kind of looking at the pieces and saying, okay, if we tweak this here, then that's how we can draw in more of this, or we can repel more of that. Like, that's what I think a lot of us are trying to figure out on our own. But if we did it together collectively, we'd probably get there a lot faster, because it's a lot more focused energy on one thing, Same here, buddy. No, yeah, I know. Because God is pure love, or you can place your own word for your creator. Absolutely, God is pure love. I agree. And that true, pure love expression, I feel like it's something you also have to grow into, and something you have to tune into, and something you have to find. It's available in all realities, all realms, all levels, okay? But to be able to stay in it, right? To be able to kind of stay in that magnetic groove of pure love, infinite love, without judgment, without reservation, expectation, obligation, those type of things, restriction. You've got to be fine-tuned. You've got to be like it's almost like a fine-tuned machine. So you can see why in the Aquarian age we're going towards transhumanism. It's like, damn, it's like, this autocratic Autobots, right? The Autobots are the good guys, right? It's like they can tune their consciousness to like an automatic reception of positive vibration, And then the Decepticons, what do? They occult and play the cloak and dagger games to fucking Olympic games to get there, by capitalizing off of others' misfortune. So which one are you, the Autobot or the Decepticon? Because either way, we're transcending, right, this paradigm, and we're going into a different one, and we're already there, in my opinion. I'm already there. I'm getting there. Put your desire out into the cosmos and manifest it. Yeah, I think it's all about the feeling too. I notice like with different, just to give an example. Okay, let's say I'm talking to three different girls or something. Like, I will notice, like, I will pull in a person that I get more excitement from or have more passion towards. Like, so it is the feeling that magnetizes things to you, right? So, and that's a bad example. People are gonna be like, "You womanizing piece of shit." It's like you three timer. I'm just using that as an example because I noticed, like in love, like if I talk to somebody and I get like a bigger explosion of feeling, it seems like I pull that person in faster, stronger. There's deeper connection, right? More intimacy, shit like that. Same thing with like passion projects and work. If I do videos on things I'm more passionate about, I I pull in a larger audience. People are more receptive to give, right? And it manifests positively in my life in a multitude of ways. I get information as a result. People will send me messages and share things that help me with my next show. People will donate. I mean, people just leave beautiful comments like, "Hey, I love you," or "You're good," or "Cool," or whatever. Like, so I'm pulling in different things, and it's based off of how I feel when I'm in the vibration or when I'm in the frequency. So, like, when I'm trying to pull it in, if I'm feeling beautiful about it, if I'm feeling strongly attracted to it, it's like it comes to me faster. And that works in fear, too. If you're, like, shit scared, terrified, um, Josh Renew says, it's as a sensitive, it's a blessing and a curse. It absolutely is. It's changed the way I behave, like, in a major, major way. I used to be very, very arrogant and egotistical without knowing I was being so. I used to be very inconsiderate of people, put it that way. And because I see how everything is affected by what I do, um, like the ripple effect, like I'm being a lot more careful with how I treat other people, uh, at the least. And it's like, even because now if I sleep with a person, like I connect to them consciously now. It's like you're locked in my consciousness now. It's like we're forever entangled type shit. So it's like I'm just even being more careful with like my friends and mates and just things that I study and just all of it. It's like I'm being a lot more selective with where I put my energy. Um, Dude, it's legit, man. Like for real. I don't know. Maybe this has always been true. They always say like when we sleep with a person or whatever we do, we sleep with every person they've slept with. But I never felt like that till about the last year or so. About the last year, it's like I see the cord now. Like I feel the cord now to people I'm not even messing with anymore. From 6 months ago. And it's like, damn, and it makes you way more selective with how you dole out your energy. And, and just to even like expound on it further, um, I've been with people that weren't as selective with their energy. That'll be a good way of putting that. And they were bringing in a bunch of nasty energy I didn't like. And it was like I had to get away from that because I got so sensitive that I could tell what energies other people that I was connected to were engaging with. Right? Without them having to tell me, without them having to go fishing or looking for anything, I already knew because I would feel the energy from it. It's like, damn, who the fuck are you connecting to? Like, that's some foul shit, It's like, and I had to disconnect from these type of situations and energies because it's like I didn't want to be connected to the energies they were connected to. It's like this is just one of the many different things that I've got way more sensitive about. And like I would love to see in the chat and in the comment section if these things are true for you too. Am I the only crazy motherfucker out there who's going through this shit? Like, am I the only person who sees the world this way? Am I the only person aware to all of these things, awake to all these things? I can't be. Like, there's got to be others. And I see your guys' comments, like, during the live show and shit. I caught the tail end of that. It's like my best friend recently was a Ring 360. Yes, 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 yes. And that's a really good way to put it too, cleric. The 360, because that's what I feel like we have a view like now. We have like a 360 view, right? And that's like what the Abraxas and shit, right? Which is like kind of like the Christ state, or the disc jockey, right? Being able to kind of sit on top of that black hole, that bottomless pit, the heavens, and or the Aten, the sun disk, right? And those who are like study the illumination and enlightenment process and the occult and esoterics and understand what I'm talking about here, or you just watch this show, you understand what I'm talking about. It's like that 360 view. When you're there, you're there. And it's like you have to be on top of Mount Sinai, Mount Hermon, right? You're at Mount Olympus. You have to be on top of the mountain in that third temple in New Jerusalem, right? You have to be there to have that 360 view. But once you have that 360 view, it's like you can't not have it anymore. It's like you can't go back into the matrix. And I tried, guys. I've tried with drugs. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. That's what I've tried to. When I opened up, teenage stalkers. I got 1 million stalkers right now. Not 1 million. I got like 2. But yeah, it's crazy. It's fucking nuts, man. It's nuts. I have people stalking me right now. It's weird. I don't understand it. I honestly don't understand. It's like, what are you getting off of my energy that you can't get on your own? Like, what are you gaining off of, like, trying to have me tugboat you around everywhere in the conscious realm? Like, you lazy fuck, go get it yourself. Turn your own fucking engine on. Turn your own motor on. Quit trying to have me drag your lazy ass around. But that's what I mean. It's like there are many of us, yeah, and maybe it's just I'm younger in this and coming into this now. Maybe some people have already been there, but when I first opened up, I opened up so goddamn wide, so fast, so hard, so intensely. It was like I started using drugs again. I was like, dude, I'm going back down. I got scared. I was like, whoa, this is a lot. This is a lot. Teenage stalkers, that's a misunderstanding. What happens? You got confused with symbols, colors, how you see reality. I thought we were all related or something. Well, hey, I'm just telling you, truth be told, like there really are people that do stalk me. So that's legit. I don't know why you'd be interested in my personal life. Like, for real. I'm boring as fuck, in my opinion. But whatever. If that floats your boat to watch me, sleep and fucking play tarot cards all day, then whatever. Arizona photographer evades monsoon rains to capture Saturn in beautiful clarity. Photographer Andrew McCarthy moved from Sacramento to Arizona to escape the wildfire smoke and fog. But then the southwest monsoon season started. He was able to capture beautiful pictures of Saturn after evading the rain. And I just want you to look at these images of Saturn, y'all. Look how lit Saturn looks. How clear Saturn looks in these images. Astrophotographer captures his image of Saturn using different cameras, layering on August 14th in LA. The irony is that the astrophotographer would end up capturing Saturn from California. He had recently moved to Arizona in search of darker skies for his work. So, once again, there's the symbology. He captured Saturn, right? The iron, which we're alchemizing into gold right now. Our Saturnian, mammalian, carnal, carbon side was captured in, California, where Los Angeles, the Lost Angels, right? How fucking crazy is that? Hollywood, It's just wild. Justice Department opposes unsealing Trump FBI search warrant affidavit. And of course, they're going to oppose anything being unsealed. Because what is sealed? Right? Sealed is hermetics. right? Sealed. It's hermetically sealed, right? They don't want these things being let out of the bag, and they will blow the whole fucking system up. And that's why they're getting in their World War III stance, y'all. You know that, right? You know that, right? That's why they're cranking up fifth generation technology. That's why they're cranking up the harp, right? Yeah. Um, you get high when the pain of reality needs a rest. Yeah, I know, dude. It's intense when you can see it all and feel it all and experience it all. Like it can be a lot, and I have these giant shifts and leaps. Like it's weird as fuck. Like I'm serious. Like I will wake up one day and next thing you know, I'm like on another fucking planet. It's like that's how much my reality changes when I shift. And I shift quite frequently. I'm like reborn almost every other day. It's crazy. Like I don't have 9 lives. I have like 999 million lives. Like I just expand and grow, evolve. I die almost every other day. And I'm reborn and I'm birthing something new every day. And it's like, and when I have these birthing pangs, these birthing processes within myself consciously, it's like when I open up and I expand, it can be a lot. You know, it's like my whole fucking world changes. Like the way I see, the way I perceive, even the way I see, wording, phrasing, symbols, signs, all of it. PW as in POW. Wow, James. Absolutely. PW as in POW. Wow. See, and that's what I mean. Look, you're picking up on it too. See, and I see James all over. I know James is lit as fuck, y'all. James Dunn is lit as fuck. He's on it. And he's been a long time viewer too. A lot of you guys, everybody in the chat is a long time viewer tonight. That's all we really got left is like the real ones are left, you know, but it's cool. I love it. But you're picking up on it. It's like, what, dude, I feel like, and there's a weird thing with coughing too. I'm not going to say it because I feel like I'll sound super crazy, but, I notice people cough, a lot of times when something is spiritually out of alignment and shit. It's so weird, dude. It's so weird. And like, that's like my new reality, like the way I'm seeing things, the way I'm hearing and experiencing. And when I rise up in the frequency and in consciousness, it's like my consciousness at that high state, that high place, that Christ state is able to strip other consciousness down, right? Lower vibrations down, to see lies, to see deception, you know, things like bad intentions if they're there. Yeah, dude, I don't know I probably haven't actually slept, like consciously slept in like 2 years. Like I've been awake for like 2 years straight consciously. I haven't nodded off even. Like sometimes my mind sleeps and I don't know I'm still awake, but my engine doesn't turn off. It's fucking nuts. But, so wonder to go place. Yeah, dude. Well, and that's another thing. I'm now being able to travel and wander as well, Jacques. And it changes how you perceive and receive information on such a level to where when you're in that traveling state, it's almost like you can engage with others' consciousness in that traveling state too, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? James be dabbing, yo. Hey. I love me some James, for real. I love me all of you guys, though, honestly. But I'm just saying, though, like, and just kind of like, you know, tell me if you experience this or not, but when you're in that state, do you see that other people's consciousness will communicate with you in that state as well? It's like their consciousness automatically ups its game because you're there. It's wild. And it's like, and you can see that's why they want to shut down, well, this channel. You know, they definitely don't want me out in the ethers and the airwaves blowing this fucking high vibration out on everybody. You know what I mean? This is like backdraft. You walk in here, this room, you're going to walk out with blonde hair, blue eyes, and fucking black skin. You know what I mean? Like that type of consciousness. I'm gonna vibrate your ass to where you're a different being. You know, from the sound of my voice. You know. Cut back on the cussing. It's called dream walking. Wow. You know what? I never even really thought about it like that too, because we are actually in the, even though it's it's an experience, hybrid reptilian. Yeah, definitely. This is the dream world, in essence, right? And it would be dream walking. It'd be awareness in the dream. Wow, that's really cool. Actually, see, I'm super, super impressed by the comments I'm seeing tonight. Like, it's a lot of confirmation and synchronicity, and a lot of people that will see these comments that catch this video on the flip side will be like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? Like, what's even special about this and that? You know what I mean? It's like, but if you know, you know. It's like all I can really say. It's like, if you know, you know. And when you're in that space, it's like the rules of engagement are different. Vocabulary and language is different. Words take on different meanings. Does that make sense to people? Am I making sense? Am I rambling on too much tonight? Am I going too far down the rabbit hole? You know, mirrored city. Yeah, dude, it's you know, it's the ring, you know, and it is a mirrored city. It's a total reflection, and it's a very good, sweet, good. I'm happy. I'm glad. I want people to see, look, to protect the integrity of ongoing law enforcement investigation that implicates national security. Nations are the flight of locusts, right? It's that archonic, demonic, parasitic government, right, of the system, right? It's the agents of the system. That's why they want to protect the unsealing of everything, right? It's hermetically sealed, right? Those sacred sciences that actually unlock the entire paradoxical reality we find ourselves in, right? The experiential dream that we are coexisting in right now. So they want to keep that sealed. They don't want us getting in that. They don't want us opening up the fucking box. You know, they don't want us stepping outside of it and, you know, not just going into the waters, but walking on it, swimming in it, and filling our pail up and then taking off into the air. You know, like they don't want us doing that because they can't control us that way. They can't control us if it's unsealed, you know. You can walk into your bedroom and watch you sleep, but you want too much more to do. Hey, I've got to the point where, like, I have no fucking shame. It's like, I know now that everything I do is watched. So it's like to the point where I have no shame. It's like, it's actually beautiful. You know, you would think, like, it has taught me, though, I do value my privacy on some things, like, even though there's no true sense of privacy now, because of technology and surveillance and all of that. But outside of that, because of the consciousness and because we're so connected, how we are able to do those things with one another, especially if we're in a spiritual family, right? We're definitely able to. I value the false sense of privacy, if that makes sense. Like the illusion of privacy is what I value now. It's like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm alone. I think I'm alone, you know, so I'll value it. It's like, okay, you know, and I only find the true seclusion like out in nature, in the woods, in the wilderness. Like that's the only place I find true privacy. You know, if I'm at home and I got any technology or electricity around me whatsoever, like it doesn't exist. But it's also taught me to be totally comfortable in my own skin. It's like everybody sees everything I do, everything I say, every move I make. So I have no shame. It's like I have no shame. Everything I was ashamed of, insecure of, has been brought to the light for a long time ago. You know, and it was witnessed by others. And it's like, so you at a point you have no more to hide. No more to be insecure or afraid of. There's nothing left. You know, it's all out there. And I think that's what's fucking amazing about the experience too. You know? Everything you gave up to, but you have morals and respect people's space. So do I. So do I. I definitely do too. You get used to being watched. Um, yes, I do that as well. I do at times disconnect and block energies when I need to, and I feel like the invasive kind of spying, stalkish type of energy has made me become that way. So every breath you take, I'll be watching you. Uh, that's so funny. I don't care, seriously. But I feel like that has made me respect my own energy that much more. So, like, as with all things, how everything is like paradoxical and there's like an inverse to our reality and our experience. Um, you could do this. I know. It's cool. It's funny as fuck, actually. Um, but because there is that paradox, so it's like you experience the invasive spying energy, it makes you end up respecting your own energy more. People parasite and feed off your energy. It makes you respect your own energy more. It's weird how it works like that, right? It's like, and then it makes, and when you respect your energy more, your space more, yourself more, you respect others more as a result. So it's like got this cool, and I don't know if everybody reacts the same to it because I know I reacted very negatively to it in the beginning. I got pissed off. I was like, fuck you, like I just wanted to lash back because people could see my wrong, could see my insecurity. It bothered me. I'm like, I felt judged. Like who are you to judge me? To accuse me day and night. And you find out that the only one accusing you is you. The only one holding anything against you is you. It doesn't matter what anyone else holds against you or accuses you of. It has no bearing on you. If it's justified, maybe. Right? If you've wronged people and it's justified, well, karma will work itself out. It'll become part of your experience. But if it's not justified, if it's not true, it has no bearing on you, your reality, your experience. Yeah, it has. Exactly. I couldn't when I first started to travel. I had a very hard time staying in myself. If that makes sense. Like I had an extremely, extremely hard time staying within me. Like I couldn't keep it in. Um, so that was a learning curve for sure. And people capitalized on it big time. Um, Big time. But I couldn't I couldn't bring it back in once I began to travel. So I had a hard, and then I had a hard time of recognizing my own energy because I was entangled with so many other energies. I had a hard time recognizing my own goddamn energy, my own self, and staying in with my own self. It was like really hard to sift through all of that and to work through all of that, after allowing myself to become so entangled and, with so many different peoples and energies and expressions. And it's like, it's a learning curve, man. And some people were extremely helpful and were kind and even protective over me during those times. And I'm very, very grateful for those people. But there were a lot of people that, for whatever reason, that just don't like me. Didn't like that I was able to do it. Didn't like that I was there. I didn't feel like I belonged there or whatever. And they really, really, laid the wood to my ass. They tried to, to the point of trying to create my death, my death experience before its time. So, dude, same. Yeah. I don't think my experience is stand alone, put it that way. I kind of got the feeling that anybody that's been through that process or is going through that process has similar experiences. I don't think we all experience the same at all, but yeah, people have capitalized. Yeah, yeah. But I loved getting lost in others' energy though. It was fun. It was fun. I love experiencing other people. Like that's why I like to travel so much. Um, yeah, it is fun. See, look, you astral travel when you spiritually leave your body behind and walk and talk and do things elsewhere. It's fun. Yeah. Well, I feel like because it's a quantum dimensional reality, I'm never actually leaving my spiritual self behind. It's always with me, but I'm leaving versions of it in in all these different experiences and all these different people and places because it's all part of the same consciousness at the end of the day. You know. Uh, Active sunspot alert. Growing sunspot AR3078 has developed a delta class magnetic field. Remember, delta is a sleep wave, right? It's a sleep wave when we're talking about brain waves and brain function. Okay. Reports Amy Norton, senior research scientist at Stanford's Henson Experimental Physics Laboratory. Earlier today, Norton created this magnetic map of the sunspot using data from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory, and it shows opposite polarities jousting together, an explosive mix that could trigger strong, even X class, which is hex class, solar flares. Indeed, AR3078 is crackling with activity, and that's coming off the back end of 3076, right? So 3076 is, we got the asteroid coming in Tuesday, 3076 coming in Wednesday, and now we've got 3078, that's going to actually look like it's going to be even bigger than 3076, and it's going to be a mix. It's not going to just be the dark energy. It's going to be a mix. So it's similar to that for you. Just don't die there. I'm not worried about that, man. I'm not worried about that. I genuinely feel like I'm the creator. So, yes, I agree, James. Demons, Dybbuk, yeah, they can destroy you, or you can learn from their methods that cause self-destruction. Absolutely. Um, Demons are masks, right? And to me, that's what traveling is like really about, is putting on the different masks, and having those different experiences. Dude, brother, and that's the thing. Like, everybody in the chat's like, yeah, I know that all too well. It's like, yeah, I know. I mean, but we're looking at demons, demonic, archonic energy, and we have to understand it's part of the governing system, which is what is a system of control and restriction, but it's not a negative thing unless you see it as a negative thing. That system of control is what keeps almost like safety barriers, guardrails up, within our cycles, our orbits, if you will, our individual and collective orbits, our cycles. That way we don't go off the fucking rails, So demons act as a buffer zone between cycles, experience. And it's putting on the different masks and the different experiences that allow you to reflect back different energies towards oneself. And yes, you can either learn from said experience, or you can be destroyed by said experience, and then you'll start over again and you'll learn from it eventually, Yeah, I have zero fear at all. Zero fear. But I was in a space of fear at a time, brother. So I do relate to what that's like, you know. Um, and I can tell you this too, Matthew, just from my experience, when it was taking place, but like people were literally trying to kill me, literally. And I didn't want to listen to nobody when they were saying that you're creating this. I didn't want to hear it. I couldn't hear it. It's like, no, I'm not making this motherfucker try to blow my head off with a shotgun. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not making this person try to stab me. I'm not making this person try to set me up, you know? But I was. I was, because I was bringing in that energy to allow the scenario to even take place, right? I hadn't learned from the karmic lesson to expand my conscious orbit past that cycle. In that cycle, that's what happens at the end of that cycle and that energy. The elect are killed and shit, you know? So you have to grow out past that and expand out past that, but it only comes by experiencing it, facing it, and like James said, it will either destroy you or you will conquer it. And once you go past it, I promise you, brother, on the other side of that experience is fucking, it's freedom, dude. It is freedom like you've never had before. It's amazing. You got Jesus, and you have to let him handle those demons for real. When times get tough, I always go back to Christ. That's my rock, my foundation. I've ended my shows for years with, Jesus is the truth, the word, and the life. And I see Jesus differently than I did when I started, very differently. I see each one of us as a version of Jesus, as the Son of God. And it's more empowering now to me than it ever was before, though, as a result of that. You used to be afraid all the time. Me too, man. Me too. It's beautiful to let go of the fear. It really is. Like, it's really cool. The people that I used to hate the most, or that hated me the most, are now becoming, like, it's weird. Like, how do you go from the people that you demonize the most and attacked? I demonized, so I'm not saying they demonized me even. I demonized them and attacked them the most out of any group of people. And as a result, that karma reflected back to me, and they attacked me and tried to ruin me. And those are the people that I end up kind of like being family with. Like, when it's all said and done, it's like, how does that happen? Like the least likely group of people, or the least likely energies. You know what I mean? It's like, how does that happen? It's really wild. Only one you fear is God. Dope 513. Well, hey, 513. You from here? So the rest of the world is probably warming faster than the rest of the world. Namaste used to mean when the evil sees the evil within you, then they attack each other. When one soul sees another within. Yeah, it's the divinity in me recognizes the divinity within you, and divinity can be good or evil. You still have the fears, but you're starting to realize that the demons are you. Yes, yeah, Mel, I agree. And that's a hard fucking lesson to come by, is it not? Like, that's a hard thing to accept. Like, I don't want to accept responsibility for that. Like, the childish part of me, the immature part of me is like, nah, I'm good. It's all you guys. It's everybody else. It's everybody else. It's not me. Like, that's the immature part of me wants to do that. You know it. I do know it. I got 513 tatted on my chest. I used to throw scriptures at people out of self-righteousness. Yep. I felt like I was more pious, or, and I use scripture as a weapon. Like, and think about Jesus too. Like, the word, he's got the double-edged sword, right? The double-edged sword. And we don't really kind of consider what that word, the double-edged sword, actually means. But it wasn't just cutting them down. It was making me little too when I did those things. Like, when I use scriptures to attack people and their ideologies and their beliefs and their morals, and the way they choose to express their infinite being, like it's my fucking job to judge. Um, it was cutting me down too. It was making me smaller too. So I wasn't just making them smaller with my words. I was making me smaller as well. We were both being cut by the words. We were both being damaged by the words. You know. Yeah, your shield and sword. In a state of ill restraint, chaotic, uncontainable. But isn't that beautiful though? You know, to just allow, to not have to try to control, to not have to try to restrict, to not have to try to pass judgment, to feel superior or more moral or pious, or like to just be, like to just be okay with all of it. Like it doesn't matter. Like, and be responsible for what you're responsible for and accountable for what you're accountable for, and let the rest be the rest. And deal with it as it comes. You know, don't hang on to what has happened or what may happen. Like, when you find yourself in that spot, that's a sweet spot to me. You know, it's a sweet spot. The observer, absolutely. You're the one observing it. Absolutely. And what is it is the question, you know? What is it? What are we observing actually? Ourself? Our own energy? Our own creative experience? Our own thoughts and concepts made manifest? Our own energies being exchanged and attracted and repelled? Entangled with one another? You got so much work to do now. Hey, I love it though. Love covers a multitude of sin or skin. It does it not? It does. Um, and I'm starting to learn, and I'm not saying I'm there yet. I still get pissed off every now and then, and frustrated every now and then. Uh, And, you know, like I said, sometimes I still will even run from my own self every now and then. But I'm starting to learn what it truly means to love my enemy. And realize that there really is no enemy. That it is all me. But what I thought was what I demonized as my enemy, what I polarized against to create enemies out of, like I'm starting to love that now. And even integrate with that now. And it's like, wow. You know, it's like I was listening to a tarot reading earlier. Guys, I'm a tarot addict. Hi, my name is John, and I'm a tarot addict. I use 30 tarot videos a day. Like it's nothing. But I was listening to a tarot video, and you know, it was talking about basically that, you know, like learning how to integrate, learning how to allow, to love, you know, what you thought you hated, to let go, to release. And you know how like these would be the challenges that you'd be finding yourself making new friends, new family, new everything as a result of doing this. And it's like I remember like first thought when I heard it was like bullshit, you know, like I'll never be friends with those people, that group, this group, that person, right? I'll never, ever, ever. It's like, then you start to appreciate I was talking about having gratitude. And that's the ultimate power of manifestation, is being in the state of gratitude first. It's like, and you start having appreciation and gratitude for the experience in itself as a whole, like all parts of it, even the most, what you considered chaotic, disgusting, distorted parts of it. You're like super appreciative. Like, holy shit, I would not be here right now if it wasn't for every bit of it, good and bad. Every fucked up thing that everybody ever done to me made me a badass, And just as much fucked up as I thought has been done to me, I've done to myself and I've done to others. I was putting that energy out. That's why I was able to receive it. And it's like the illusion of self-righteousness and piety that tricks us into believing that we're not. Well, I'm doing it in the name of Christianity, so it's okay. I'm doing it in the name of my moral dogma, so it's okay. I'm not evil, you are. But I was still cast in a stone, no matter how I chose to cast it. And when you cast that stone, you hurt somebody. I don't care if you worship Satan, it hurts your feelings to be judged, to be rejected, to be neglected, to be put down. Or you worship Jesus. It doesn't matter what you are into. We all hurt the same. And that is true empathy. Is being able to put yourself in every person's shoes, in every being's position, and see it from their point of view. See it from their side. And have compassion on it. You say, damn. Like, no wonder demons act the way they do. Look how fucking, look how they're treated. Look how they're perceived. They're doing their job. Their job is to be a dark mirror to you. Their job is to be an attachment to you. Their job is to be a parasite. That's what their job is. We just ascribe negative meanings to their jobs. We do that. They're just another breed of being, another species of being. And we're racist towards it without even trying to be, because that's our culture. That's religious culture. Put yourself in that entity's position. How happy with the light side would you be if you were dark? How fucked over would you feel if your side always lost? Would you have a little man complex if you got beat every cycle? If they could just bust out a word like Christ and drop you to your knees because they've already corporatized the entire matrix with that word. How would you feel? Would you have jealousy? Would you have envy? Would you have animosity towards it? I think you would. I think you would. And I didn't realize that. I see the hurt in it, is what's crazy about it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I see the hurt in the darkness. And like why it hurts. Why there's envy. Why there's jealousy. Like, it's just wild to be able to see it. And it makes you look at it all just differently. Like, you can't unsee it. We dehumanize our enemies so we can kill our enemies, right? Or we dehumanize what's different, right? We fear what we don't understand, so we dehumanize it. That way it's easy to destroy and dispose of. But when you put that element back and you see it as a life as a conscious being, a creation, not just a demon or a person or whatever, a Christian, whatever label you want to put on it. But when you see it as that, it's like, how can you not have compassion? How can you not? How can you continue to behave the way you always have? You know, how can you still hurt when you can see the hurt? You know, it's like, I don't know. You know, I don't know how we keep doing that, but we do. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Truest shit ever said. Because that's what it is passing judgment on yourself. You know? And so many people, I've felt so judged for so long that it created, and that's how I understand it on every side now. Because I look at it from my experience, it's like, damn, I've isolated myself because I felt so judged. I felt like such an outcast, so misunderstood. It's like, and then I see what I considered opposite of me or different than me. It's like I was doing that to them. The same thing that I hated being done to me, or the same feeling that I hated feeling. Like I was projecting onto others. You know? So, just wild, man. You too? I'm not the only one, man. I'm not the only one. And I'm not carrying it around like a sack of guilt or anything like that. Not even close. You know, I'm dealing with it and I've dealt with it. Yeah, I know, right? Right, Matthew, bro? He's like, passing judgment upon myself is how I become so humble. I know. And that's hard, dude, to drop the fucking hammer on yourself. To call judgment on yourself. Whew. That's deep shit right there, y'all. Like this is a keeper. Tonight's been a keeper. This is a good show. Very good show. Very good chat tonight too, by the way. Very good night. Yeah, very good night. I think I'm gonna actually leave it there because I want to leave with this feeling. And I want you to leave with this feeling. And I want you to take the knowledge and the love and the healing and the positivity and all that benefits you from this. Like that's what I want you to take. You know, and leave what doesn't serve you. But take all you need from that. And I want to extend my gratitude and thanks to you for bringing those energies to me. Because you have. You know, it's I'm benefiting tremendously from you. So, and I'm grateful and thankful. So I want to say thank you. Please, please, please hit the like. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Leave comments. Let me know if the weird stuff resonated and what you think. I would love to know. Share this in your Facebook groups and your social media pages to just spread it far and wide, man. Like, let's spread it around. You know, maybe we can actually make a difference once we really start understanding things and bring real value to something like this. And content creation has lost all value. So I'm trying to find a way to bring value back to it. And I feel like this may be the way. So this may be the way. And this is real teaching to me. It's through experience and exchanging of experience between people. And everybody viewing each other on an even playing field. Seeing each other as equals with mutual love and mutual respect and mutual admiration. So, yeah. Subscribe. Click the bell. If you can, donate and support. And I have great gratitude for that too. So, big time. Thank you so much, guys. Remember, Jesus is the truth, the way, and life. God bless you all. I love you. And I will see you next time. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Peace.